say invite someone to go on the live with you, when you're doing it on the YouTube app, you actually have to have another phone that is connected. And this is not connected. It's an old phone, right? So I just use it as like, I don't know, just to watch stuff, right? I can watch YouTube there and then I can comment on here. It's nifty. But anyway, so when you want to actually do this invite thing, you actually have to get the link. You send the link to this is what I do. I send the link to my Facebook Messenger. I turn the hotspot on this one, go to my Facebook Messenger, copy the link, go to my YouTube post, and then post it there, my link to my live. Oh my goodness. Because when you're in the live, it says that you can send the invite to someone. So you can send it to WhatsApp. Like I just sent it to my friend Jazz. I doubt she's going to jump on. She's actually on her way to Paris right now. Very exciting, right? I actually sent it to Karen too. So guys, I should have sent it to, oh, damn it. Hey Mike, how you going? I should have completely sent it to Alison too, because I don't have Alison's WhatsApp. Hey Mike, how you going? I'm just talking about the pain of when you're trying to do these invite lives, right? You have to have two devices to send it, because you can't actually go from the device where you've got the link and then go post it on your community post, because the next step is to literally go live. Hey Kathleen, how you going? So yeah, I'm just having a little, I mean, I love YouTube, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm not bitching at all. I'm just saying that YouTube, you could do better. Just saying, because, like, I'm such a guru and, I just know better. So, guys, I have the flu. Diego came home from goddamn Europe and gave me the goddamn flu. So I'm not happy, Jan. Not happy, Jan, at all. Don't even know a Jan, but I'm not happy, right? So, anyway, we still have to exercise, right? Because 75 hard, there's no excuses. Like my title of my YouTube video said, no excuses, no prisoners. Ugliest person I've ever seen. Thanks, Diane. Are you talking about yourself or me? That's lovely. I take that as a compliment. I'm sorry to hear. Yeah, I know, Kathleen. But anyway, it is what it is. So I just woke, like, yesterday afternoon, I had a bit of a cough. Well, actually, yesterday on my live, I had a bit of a cough, right? So anyway, yeah, 75 hard. I'm day 46. So I have to still exercise, right? No excuses. Got to exercise. So I'm at the beach. I would rather go get fish and chips though, guys. Who would like to have fish and chips with me? Come on. I mean, like, really, instead of go exercise, let's go have fish and chips, right? Fish and chips at Seafood Lovers. We're in Southeast Queensland, people. We are in Australia. Queensland is the state I live in. I'm 30 minutes away from Brisbane. A place called Redcliffe. So if you'd like to go for a walk with me and hear me dribble about God knows what. Actually, no, I have a theme today, guys. I have a theme. I'm going to talk about some of my best holidays, my best trips, right? There's been a few trips. I can't say there's one or two that are amazing, like better than the others, but there's been quite a few trips. And I thought I'd just talk about that. Oh, Mike, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm talking about, trolls. I don't care. Hey, a view's a view, mate. And look, I'm very thick-skinned. With my name, Mutiara, I think I can handle anything, right? And sticks and stones can break my bones, but names will never hurt me. So, Diane, love you back. Hey, Jimbo, how you going? So, Jimmy was fishing this morning. Did you end up with a fish? You and your son went fishing. So, Mike, do you follow Mainly Off Grid, which is Jim from Maine? Because Mike Adventure Sparks is from Minnesota. How far is Maine from Minnesota? I don't know that question. Can anyone answer that? Breaking bones hurts. Yeah. Oh, look, yeah, as I said, sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Honestly, I know I have a few moderators in the chat, and they're very, very protective of me, and I love that. Thank you, because it's also annoying for the other people in the chat, right? When there's people that aren't very nice, right? And, they stick up for me. So I love that, right? Hey, Jess Smuffin, how you going? From the UK. Country UK. Whereabouts in the country of UK? But, like, that person that made that comment, like, do you think that hurts me? No. Not even phases me. I don't care. Let's not give them any fire, right? So, guys, let's put a hat on. Let's walk. Now, actually, while we're in the car, guys, can we just test something out? I don't know what it is with me and ear thingamajiggies, right? This one apparently doesn't work. I've tried that and tested that a few times. I got a new one. Now, the thing is, I have an Apple phone, right? And I don't have a genuine. I went to buy a genuine one because I know Apple's very, very particular. You got to have the genuine, right? Earpuggy things. I don't use the pods, guys. And they didn't have any at the time. So I had to go to another shop and I got these ones. Now, these apparently are, good ones. It cost me, I don't know, $15 US, right? So they've got to be good. So can you tell me if these work? Because when I did my hiking live the other day, someone said they didn't work. Oh, is that in my ear? Okay, guys, can you hear me? Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? What am I saying? What's the number I'm saying, guys? Number three. Number three. Nope, not good. Oh, what is going on? I don't understand. I don't understand, Kathleen. I just don't understand. Sounds like underwater. Okay. Okay, well, this is going to be fun, guys, because it's windy outside. So we're either going to have under the sea or in the blow. If that makes any sense. Doesn't make any sense. But anyway, whatever. When you hold it up, we can't hear you. I was trying to whisper into the machine, into the thingamajiggy. Okay, let's try the old one. Okay, this sometimes works. Okay, let's try the other one. Okay. Okay, let's try this, guys. Can you hear me? Yep, you can hear me, right? Can you hear me? Am I coming through the microphone? Does this sound very professional? Does this like a podcast? Like I do hear that when you do talk in the car, it sounds like a podcast. Like I could be podcasting with Dora. Good? Okay, we're good. Thumbs up, Kathleen. Okay, we're gonna walk. Okay. So the point of this one is remind me not to take this out. Because when I take it out and then put it back in again, that's where the issues come. Okay, so now guys, I'm kind of hoping that my friend our friend Karen comes on live today with me. I have my bun with me. This is what I used to put on my head to make that Karen bun. You've seen the live, right? Okay, let's turn the car off. Let's go walking. Because no matter how far I put it off, well, got to walk, right? It's actually quite overcast today, guys. It's kind of nice. I'm down with that. I'm down with that. Oh, God, my hat. Okay. You might change the hat, guys, because the hat's not going to last on my head very long. All right. One prepared earlier. All right. So, what's the, can you hear me okay? Because it is a bit blowy out here, guys. It is, guys, just to give you a time record. It's 9:39 a.m. Friday morning in southeast Queensland. So it is Friday. I was supposed to work today, but yeah, I've got something going on. Got this cough going on, and yeah,
Not feeling amazing. Here I am anyway. And see how windy it is? Holy shit. Can you guys hear me? I'm just thinking I might just give up on the live, to be honest. All right, we're just going to walk this way. Walk this way. You guys can hear me this way. All right. So, guys, we'll walk this way and then I'll turn the live off next when I come back this way because obviously there's a lot of wind. So, see, guys, how they've used the tractor? See the ground here? So, this is the tractor that I've been talking about, the red tractor that one day Susan is going to have. So, I've been talking to Susan about manifesting. So, we're talking about Susan from High Country Homestead, the red tractor that Jimbo has. Jim's got a red tractor. So, Susan has to get a red tractor, right? It's only fair. Unless Jim wants to ship his red tractor over to Susan in Australia. I mean, that'd be a nice thing to do, Jim. Come on, just saying. Come on, Jim, if you're there still. I mean, I couldn't imagine how much it's going to cost to send a tractor over to from Maine over to Victoria. It's probably cheaper to buy a new tractor. Okay, you can hear me just fine. Okay, good-o. Always interested about the experience, the customer experience, right? Okay, so guys, want to talk today about one of my favourite trips. There's been a few, right? There's been a few. So I'm just trying to pluck one out of my head right now. See me looking confused? I'm like, which story? There's a lot of stories, right? There's a lot of stories. So, guys, I have put my link to my live in my community post. But let me tell me a story first. Let me tell a story first. And then you think of guys, think if you want to come on live with me and think about, one of your holidays you want to tell me about or us about. Because, people watch this on the replay too. So it's not just about me. Not about me. It's about other people. Would you like to share one of your holidays that you've been to, or trips or vacation, whatever you want to call it? We call it holidays here in Australia. I know in America, we call them vacations. And you guys, when you say holidays, you think just like a day off. On Monday, we had a day off for the king's birthday. We wouldn't call that a holiday. We just say day off. We call it a public holiday kind of thing. Public holiday, just day off. But where you guys say vacations are your trips away, like a holiday for us, and a holiday for you guys is like the public day off, like a king's birthday or Independence Day. So interesting, hey? Very interesting. All right, so I'm thinking about one of my trips. Quick, Dora, think. My brain's not thinking that great to go, guys. Actually, that's right. I've got to look at the time. What time is it? Holidays, vacations. Yeah, holidays equal vacations. So yeah. Actually, Jim, can you tell us about one of your holidays? We haven't had you on the live before. Do you want to jump on the live and tell us about a holiday? So, and that way I can think of one in the background because I'm still thinking. My brain's not thinking very well today, guys. So I'm using the YouTube app, Lives. So if you did want to come on the live and had a story to tell about, one of your holidays you went on, a vacation that you went on, it could be around Australia. It could even, around your home. It could be around your state. It doesn't mean, just because Dora, is hunting down 80 countries, it doesn't mean that you think that Dora only wants to know about countries you go to. No, not at all. I'm interested about different places, like even Maine or Minnesota. I mean, I hear about them because you guys talk about them, and then I see them in videos, like from Mike and Jim. Like the lake that Jim was just at was really, really quite nice. So yeah, like I'm curious. I know I've been to America already, so I can't class that as another place time I've gone. I mean, another country I've been. But, I've gone back to many places that I've been before. Like, I've been back to Mexico quite a few times. I've been to Thailand a few times, Indonesia a few times, Malaysia a few times, Switzerland, UK, Spain a few times, France a few times, Germany. So there's the places that I really like. I'll go back there again, even though, I'm trying to track down, 80 countries kind of thing. Now, it's kind of getting a bit bright. I can't really see. My house is chaos at the moment. Ha ha ha. Maybe next time. Hey, that's all right, mate. All good. Um, so yeah, like there's often places I go again. Actually, I'm going to talk about this is a good one actually, guys. This talks about growth, right? Because the Dora 15 years ago was different to the Dora that you see today. Physically, mentally, spiritually, everything. She would have been 45 years old. No, she wouldn't. No, she would have. Yeah, she would have been. Oh my God, I can't do my maths. Okay. Is that right? Crap. No, that's 35. Okay, 15 years ago. Oh my God. Honestly, my brain's not working, guys. This is what happens when you're not feeling very well. And you're doing this at 75 hard and you still have to exercise. Notice that I'm not pushing myself today, guys. I am being good to myself in that respect. I'm not pushing myself, right? I'm not, trying to get my heart rate up. I do have my smartwatch on to check my blood, what we call it, heart rate. But you know what? I think it's just good that I'm walking, right? I thought I'd come down to the beach because it's my happy place, right? So, okay, I've got it out. I was 35. Oh my God, my math, my maths. Hey, how you going, Doran? How you going, buddy? Actually, Doran, do you want to come on? Come on, Doran. Okay, so Doran, I've got my link in my community post. I'm talking about if you want to tell me one of your favourite trips. Maybe a trip that you and Deb have taken. Maybe it's around Hawaii. Tell us about it. So I'm just thinking about, I'm just about to tell a story about a trip I took when I was 35, 15 years ago. I turned 50 this year. I just did the maths. My brain hurts from doing the maths. Where I went on holidays to Europe with a boyfriend that I'm no longer with. And we had a pretty bad breakup. I mean, breakups are always bad, right, guys? But it was pretty traumatic. And you know what? I can think about that holiday now with fond greatness. There were some moments that weren't that nice. But isn't that growth? Isn't that growth, guys? Like, I know you guys don't know me, like, personally, like, you know, but if you'd known me 15 years ago and you were on my Facebook page, you would know very much the pain and the anguish I'd been going through with this guy. You got to use YouTube as use Facebook as a dumping ground, right? Oh my God. Anyway. So, but anyway, as a last ditch attempt, I should say, I'd been with this boyfriend for about 8 years. Okay. And as a last ditch attempt, he decided that he would go on holidays with me. We'd been to Thailand before together, and it was an okay trip, but he's not the best traveller. I don't think he actually likes travelling, and to be honest, at all. So that was should have been a red flag, Dora. But anyway, there you go. 8 years on, we have a house, we have a dog, home loan, all the things, right? Bank accounts together. Life is pretty set. But, it doesn't have to always be like that, right? Like, just because you're married, or I wasn't married, but you might as well be married, right? It means exactly the same thing when you break up. it's tragic. You break up, but I didn't like. I just to actually break up was too hard. It was mentally too hard for me. So it was much easier to stay together. That just shows you where my mindset was at 35. So as a last ditch effort, we went on a holiday together, and we went to. I think we went for 3 weeks. I can't remember, but we went to Europe in winter around Valentine's Day. So that's a romantic time of year. I was hoping to hell that he was not going to propose. That's for sure. There was a couple of my friends who went, "Oh my God, you guys are going to be in Paris for Valentine's Day. Oh my gosh, he's going to propose." I was cringing, going, "Oh God, I hope not." So anyway, Dora wasn't being very positive, was she, about that trip? But anyway, I love holidays, right? So here I am on that holiday. And we were going back to places that I'd been to before. So I'd previously been to Europe as a 25-year-old, 10 years previous. I'd not been back to Europe since, but I really wanted to go back. So I went back with the boyfriend, and we went back to Germany because I had some amazing times in Germany. I love Germany. And there's a particular place called Rothenburg. Now, I'm not very good at my German pronunciation, guys, okay? Rothenburg Tag. Rothenburg. Oh, here we go. Guys, we've got Doran. The sauce is going to come online. Hey, mate.
Hey, hey.
Hey, bonjour.
Bonjour. How you doing?
Good, mate. Where are you off to? Are you working or you're on around or what are you doing?
Just finished work, so heading home for the day. Actually, I'll be done for the day. So, yeah.
And what time is it for you in Maui at the moment?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. Okay. What time did you start work?
I start at 8 a.m. today.
Okay, that's not too late. So, guys, if you don't know Doran, this is Doran, the Sauce. Everyone knows him as the Sauce. I call him Doran. He lives in Maui, but you're from Cleveland, is that right? You're originally from Cleveland?
Yeah. Cleveland,
Yes,
Ohio. Yes.
Cleveland,
USA.
Ohio, USA. Yeah, but he's been living in Maui. So, Doran, I'm asking the hard
Yeah.
questions of you today. You're always asking the hard questions of other people. So, I wanted to ask you: have you been on a trip that you want to tell us about? It's quite memorable, a trip. Maybe you and Deb went, or like you went by yourself. Who knows? Is there a trip that you did in Maui, around Hawaii, that you want to tell everyone?
Yeah, sure. So my Europe trip,
Europe. Okay.
I traveled.
Okay.
We went to Europe for 2 months.
Wow.
Um, and we both had a little bit of savings. My grandparents gifted us money for college and such,
So you spent
and
the
I
money on a
saved
trip
it.
in college.
Well, I saved it all because I got a free master's program, so I didn't have
Oh,
to spend
okay.
the rest of my because like I got my undergraduate in business, and then I stayed at the same college and did the master's there. So they basically I got to be a teacher, like orientation teacher and a academic advisor. So I worked for it. So I got a free master's program. So I saved that rest of that money I was gonna spend. So on a
Makes
master's,
sense.
my brother was working already, so he had money. So we just went to Europe for 2 months. We flew over, and it was a very affordable. Like my brother did a good job of finding really affordable like flights and such, and also we researched all the hostels across Europe, and so we
Okay,
ended
so
up
are you
going.
a backpacker? Is Doran a
Yeah,
backpacker?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So we
Excellent.
went to 12 countries and 17 cities over those 2 months.
12
Uh,
countries and 17 cities. Okay, that's
yeah.
awesome. It's so
So
like It's easy to
So
do when
like
you've got that time.
yeah, yeah. And we stayed when we landed in Europe. We stayed in Germany. My brother's one of his best friends was in the U.S. Army, like a nursing kind of a thing. So
Yeah.
we had a place to stay in Germany in a small town called Landstuhl, basically, and it's near Kaiserslautern, Germany. Um, and
What
it was
region's
during
that?
the
Like, is that near Berlin or is that near the top or the bottom? Do you
I
remember?
don't know. Kaiserslautern's pretty good sized town. You'd have to look it up, I guess.
Okay, cool.
But so like it was during the World Cup,
Oh, okay.
so like it was in Germany. So we stayed with them like upwards of a month of the time we stayed with them, and then the other month we stayed in all the hostels across Europe. So we got a train pass, like
The Ural
10 day
Pass?
like a 10
Yep,
day Eurail pass or something like that.
yep.
So we would go off in different directions and use 1 or 2 train days each time we went out in any direction. So we ended up going to, to Paris, France, and we actually flew over to London for that trip. We went to like Rome, Italy, and Florence, and we went to Barcelona, Spain, and we stopped in Zurich, Switzerland for like an hour. We went to like Luxembourg and to Prague and to Amsterdam, and I went to what's the name of it? In Eastern Europe, the really
Czech
beautiful.
Republic. Czech Republic?
Well,
Prague.
we did go to Prague, yeah, but it not Prague though. Prague was beautiful, but there was another one. My grandparents are from that area, Hungary.
Oh. Oh, Hungary. Okay, Budapest. You went to Budapest. Okay, that's nice there, isn't it? Oh, cool.
Fresh eggs and breakfast and all that,
Oh,
and
that's nice.
then we went to like an old broken down like plant, like warehouse plant, like that was out of operation, and it had all these cool colors, like out at this old plant. Um, but yeah, so yeah, we did all these different. My favorite places were like Budapest and Prague and Florence. Some of the smaller towns were some of my favorites. I didn't as much like the bigger cities like Rome and Paris and London and all that.
Yeah. Too many people, eh?
And then we were staying in hostels like 30, of course, and like that. And it was just fun. Like lots of people like ourselves were staying in all the hostels. So we would all travel together and walk the towns together and share our knowledge and intel, and then go to the bars at night together and crash, in the hostel and just do it again the next day. And so that's the gist of it. But I just got home, so I got to go in and eat.
Okay, cool. Well, hey, that's awesome. I mean, I knew you'd done some travel, but I hadn't heard the stories. So that's really cool that you came on and shared that. So before you go, which is the one place that you loved in Europe that you want to go back? Because that's what I was talking about, going back to another place that I've been to before.
Um, I I obviously want to go back. I want to go everywhere, but like I'm not planning on traveling at all at
Yep.
this point. But like
Is there a standout place,
like
one place that stood out?
um it's tricky. It's tricky. I like all of those. Like I like Amsterdam also. I like Prague and Budapest and Florence. Like I probably want to go more places though, like Ibiza or something. Like
Yeah,
go to an island in Spain or something. Like I'm into the islands, the tropical.
yeah,
It's
fair
beautiful.
enough. Yeah, okay,
So
cool.
um,
All right.
I don't know.
Before you go, one food you had in Europe that you loved, like the
Oh,
baguettes, the croissants, or what did you love food
uh,
wise?
the what do you call the ice cream? Gelato,
Oh,
gelato.
gelato in Italy.
Every
Okay.
day, every
Is
day gelato. Like in Italy, like get it from like one of these. There's like 100 flavors. This I try them all. So
yeah,
yeah, I'm big.
cool.
But I like all that. I like all the food over there too. Of course, like Italy, Italian food from Italy, or wine from France or something.
France,
Like
yeah.
all the where you are. Do the thing that I like. The beers, like $1 for beers instead of water for $2. It was like, let's just drink
It's
beers.
cheaper.
Like local beers everywhere,
Yeah,
and it was like euros, so
yeah,
but the equivalent of $1.
yeah.
So
Oh, cool. Well, thanks for
yeah,
jumping on, Doran.
yeah, of
It's good to actually get to
course.
jump
Thank
on
you.
you, jump on my live for once instead of me jumping
I
on your
know,
live,
right?
hey?
That's right. That's right.
Appreciate you jumping on, mate. Hey, everyone, that's the source, Doran. If you don't know, I think mostly people know. Everyone's like, Sally's like the source.
Yeah.
Jim's the source. Everyone's saying hello. That's
I
him,
know. Hello, hello,
Doran.
aloha.
Thanks for jumping on,
All
mate.
right.
Well,
Well,
enjoy
take
the rest
care.
of your afternoon.
Thank you. Bye.
See you, mate. Bye.
See ya.
Well, there you go, guys. That was Doran. So it's fun to actually have Doran on my live and talk about one of my favourite subjects, backpacking. My God, I knew Doran had done some travel, but obviously always jumped on Doran's live, right? Like when he does his lives, he always has a segment where people can jump on, and so many a times I've jumped on. Actually, the last time I jumped on, I was doing the YMCA dance. Like what YMCA? That's quite funny. So that was good. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Thanks, Doran. Um, but yeah, like that's interesting. It's a good segue because he's talking about, Europe, and I was just literally talking about Europe, right? How now, guys. Actually, no, we'll go talking. I was going to say, once I turn around, there's a wind that's just going to hit us. Um, so what I'm talking about is I'm just going to go up off the beach, and we're going up this hill. So I see Sally there and Mandy. Maddie, how you going, Maddie? So, guys, we're talking today about favourite trips. And I was just talking about going back to Europe. I went there as a 25-year-old. And 10 years later, I went back with a boyfriend that I'm not with anymore. But we went back to Germany, which I've been before. But I really wanted to go to a little town called Rothenburg. I can't say it properly, guys. Even Doran coming on the source. It's hard to say these German towns because their pronunciation is very different to English, right? So, but Rothenburg Achtertucht, it's on the romantic road. So, as a 25-year-old, 25 years ago, guys, that old. No, I'm that young. I'm that young. Um, I went on a mini little tour. Oh, we have another person joining. We have our friend Mike. Mike Adventure Sparks. Hey, Mike. Hi. Hey, look, we're twinning. We're twinning.
Oh yeah, yes.
We are twinning.
How funny. Yes, we are.
We are twinning. This is Mike
We
Adventure Sparks,
are.
guys.
Do you see?
How
Want to see
are you?
something? Kind of. You want to see something? There you
Yeah,
go.
sure.
That's pretty neat.
Oh, look.
That's
Aren't we so
that's what you're
cute
on.
together?
What is that?
From the
45-inch
TV.
TV. Yeah, it's pretty neat when it's on TV. Yeah,
How are you?
that's pretty neat. Doing good. Doing good. I can't
So, guys,
compete
this
with
is
your
Mike.
screen.
This is Mike. If everyone doesn't know Mike, we should know Mike. Mike Adventure Sparks.
Hello, everybody.
He's in Minnesota. What time is it in
Yes.
Minnesota for you right now?
What is it? 7
7 p.m.
o'clock. Yep.
Right. Isn't that
Yep.
interesting? Like, Doran's
Almost.
in Hawaii, in Maui, it was 3 p.m.
Yeah.
So, and you're like, it's technically the States too, isn't it? So,
Right.
interesting.
Yep.
Hey, it's such a
It
vast
is.
time zone, right?
Yes. It is.
So, do you have a
Man.
story to tell us?
Kind of.
About?
Not as exciting as your guys's, but
That's all right.
for
It doesn't matter.
Thanksgiving, my family, we used to drive from the States into Mexico, and we would go down the Baja, and we would take all the
Tell us about it.
so we would take all the here in the US, we take like Thanksgiving, we do like the turkey and all the fixings. We would take that down there, but we would take like double of everything. And we would be
Why
able
would
to
you take
camp
double?
because down in Mexico, and it's good to hand out money, but
Yep.
a lot of the times we would just give out. So basically, we would go down to the beach, and one of the guys would let us stay at his property, and then in return, we would feed him a good meal, and they were
Okay.
more thankful for that than actual. I mean, of course, they'll take money, but they were more. It seemed like they were more grateful for receiving a good meal. So
Yeah, and I guess it's different food too, right?
it is.
Completely
Oh
different
yeah,
food.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yep. And it was pretty neat because they would take like their big palm leaves and wrap the turkey and bury it and cook
Ah,
it in the
yes.
sand all day. So it was amazing the taste. I can't, you can't recreate the taste of that here with, unless you do it however they did it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then also they, we would exchange with them like food or whatever, and they would take us out in their little boats. So we would go out in the bay and do some fishing. It was
Oh, you
a
would have
couple
loved that,
times,
little Mike.
yes, but there was a couple times it was pretty scary because we went out when the tide was going out, and we didn't think
Oh.
we thought we were going out with the tide because the boats weren't really capable. I mean, we made it back safely, but it was kind of sketchy. But yeah, we did that probably 4 or 5 times. So
Oh, that's good. How old were you?
yes,
How old were you talking about then?
between through my late high school years, so probably
15,
19 to
16? Oh,
25.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
I've been
great.
I've been to back to Mexico since then, but it just nothing like that though.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, that would have been great.
yeah,
So, like, are you like in? See, I've never been to the Baja Peninsula side. I've been to the
yeah.
Yucatan Peninsula side. So,
Right.
like, did you try any particular food there? Do you remember? Like, I mean, I know they had the
We
underground
did,
turkey,
yeah,
but
we
like
did stop at a couple of smaller towns. We did stop and, just your basic Mexican food. But the
tacos.
thing that yeah, like tacos and, they did have seafood, which was pretty
Yeah.
good. But the thing that was really shocking is it's not very spicy down there. Like in the
Really?
US, a lot of dishes are really spicy. Down there, we couldn't find hardly anything spicy.
Do you reckon that's
Yes.
because they're trying to make it for the tourists, or you went to the local
Well,
places and they were
everywhere
like,
we went was local. We stayed away from the tourist
yeah,
places
and
because,
they're
yeah,
still
we
not
drove
spicy?
down. They were not. Nope. Yeah, it was still really good food, just not that spicy.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's disappointing.
which was
Hey, so you
shocking.
like spicy
Yeah,
food? You like
I
spicy food?
do. Yep, I
Oh, we
sure
can be
do.
friends. We can be friends then.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay, cool. Okay, right. That's
Yes.
disappointing. Yeah, okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And was there do you remember like some of the fruit? Was there any interesting fruit that you
Oh
had
my
there?
goodness. Yes. They have these amazing fruit, which they do here in the U.S. too. But they would put fruit in a cup, mostly like mangoes. And
Mm.
I don't remember what the seasoning is called, but it's like a red seasoning, like a tang to it. They would
Yeah,
sprinkle on top of it. And oh my
yeah.
goodness, I
Oh my
love
God,
those.
Kathleen, are you still in the chat? Because when I was on the live the other day, Rahul pulled it out. It's called, oh my God, it's called.
Mm,
I've got the name of it. It's
I cannot remember it.
chili. It's chili, lime, and salt.
Yes,
I've got
yes,
it at
yes,
home.
yes.
It's called Talon.
Okay.
There's, yeah, you can buy it. It's quite. It's
Yeah.
lovely. It's really nice. And you put it on the
Oh yeah.
mango, yeah, and it's so
It
tasty.
is. It is. Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. And they would do
yeah.
that with some like chili too. Like, and they had like also with the mango, you could get some of it with chili on there, and there was like they like chili candy sticks that they would dip in there
Mm,
too. Yep,
yeah.
they were good.
Chamoy. I think they call them chamoy.
Right. Oh yeah, that
Chamoy.
sounds about right. Yep.
Yeah. Mango con chamoy, which is mango with chamoy. So it makes it sweet,
Right.
like candy. Yeah.
If I can flip it. This is my dog that likes to play soccer.
Okay.
He's really good
What's the
at it.
dog's name?
Duke.
Duke. Hey Duke.
Yep.
Hey Duke.
Once he has a ball, see, he has to have a ball in his mouth. I mean, let's see. Do you have your ball in your mouth? Yep. So he's got a ball in his mouth, and then he plays soccer with the other one.
Oh
And
really? Oh, he
he's
does
yeah,
too.
he's absurd with. Oh yeah, he won't. He likes to play goalie, and then he'll pass it. See, so
Oh
he'll pass
wow.
it back to me. But yeah, sorry.
Interesting. Go him.
Yes.
Okay. So, do you have
Yeah.
any trips planned? I mean, I know that you're a single dad and you're working a lot of
Right.
hours. So you don't have obviously you're paying for your children. I mean, do you want to tell us about your family? I don't know. I'm curious to know about your family. You don't have
Right.
to talk
I got
about it. You know, I ask a lot of questions.
no. I got 5 kids.
You got five
Um.
kids.
Yeah. I
Crap.
think in
Okay.
my oldest, I don't even know how old they are. I think my oldest is somewhere like 36.
Okay.
She comes and goes. She deals with life a little hard, and she does learns, I should say, learns the hard way of doing things in life.
Okay.
So sometimes we stay in touch with her when she comes and goes. But
Yeah.
and
Fair
then
enough.
my middle daughter, she's extremely like got her head on right. Um she works in a machine shop where they mold, um, like cut the metal out so they can pour plastic in there for the mold.
Okay.
And she's done that ever since did it through her high school years, and then she wanted to be like number one at it. So she
Yeah.
got government grants that helped pay for her school. And then now she's like the second of the president. Like she's underneath the owner now.
Really?
Yes. And
Wow. Go her.
just this last year, unfortunately, the owner was in a bad motorcycle accident and was no longer able to walk. So
Oh
basically,
no.
she's running the whole thing.
And
So
how old
that's,
is she?
yeah,
How old is
she
she?
is 32,
Go her.
32, and none of my kids are married. They're all
Yep.
still single.
Yep.
And then I
And
have my older,
they all live in the house except for the daughter that comes and goes.
yeah, in Colorado, correct. Yep. So I have
Okay.
a house, and the house we had in Colorado, they all live
Oh,
there.
okay, right. They're not
Yeah,
living with you in Minnesota.
correct. I came to
Okay.
Minnesota for work. I
Ah,
didn't plan on
okay.
staying here, but things
Ah,
have changed, and it's good money
right.
out here. So,
Yeah, right. Okay. Right. That makes more
yep. So
sense.
then my
Okay.
older son, he's in his 30s, and he does some kind of technical. He can stay at home, and he does computer work from home. I don't know exactly what all he does, but yeah,
He does something on the computers. Okay, right.
correct. Yep. And
Hey
then my
Wayne, how you going?
20,
So Wayne, do you know this guy? This is
yeah,
Mike Sparks. So we're
yes,
talking
yeah.
to custom
I try
sleeve.
to jump on his lives when I can. Yeah,
Okay, good. Yep. Cool.
good to see you, Wayne. But yeah, so then my 22-year-old son lives with
Yeah.
me here in Minnesota,
Okay.
and we actually used to work together. But
Right.
one of the companies we worked with went bankrupt, so we he does electrical, but he's doing houses, and I'm doing the commercial side now.
Okay.
And then my youngest daughter, she graduated and now is doing college back in Colorado and lives with her other siblings. So
Right.
yeah,
All
so
right. Okay.
big plan now in life is the job I did have just wasn't paying as much as like I
Mm,
would like to get paid. So I quit there to go work for a more paying job and kind of put my YouTube on the side a little bit. I'm still trying to do it to keep active, but it's
mm.
not as busy as I'd like to be. But that's because I would like to get out of debt um
Yeah.
and have more freedom. Then I won't have to work as hard and have more freedom to do YouTube.
Yeah, and look, that
So,
makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, you can't do everything,
and
right?
correct. And I would love to, after seeing or hearing about you guys travel and everything, I would love to be able to travel somewhere soon. So,
Okay.
need to
So
save some pennies.
hypothetically, say you get your debt paid off because that's going to happen, right?
Yep,
That's the plan.
exactly.
And you're still working on your
Correct.
YouTube, and you'll get to 1,000 subscribers and all that, and your hours.
Right.
But where would you like to go?
Right now, I would love. So, I have a cousin that lives in Mexico.
Yep.
He's been a missionary there for over 12 years. And he's a pilot, and he flies missionary pilots in and out of different villages because they can't, they can get to them, but they're up in the high country
Yeah.
around the Mazatlan lands, I think.
Okay.
Um, Puerto Vallarta, I think that's how you say it,
Puerto
something
Vallarta.
like that. But
Yep.
yes, he's around that
Mhm.
area, and
Okay.
yep. So he's a pilot, and so he flies them in and out and takes care of the airplanes. So
So as in he takes
um,
them out to so they get to like transport or like
yep,
hospitals and
correct.
stuff like that.
Both.
Transport.
So
Okay.
he delivers food to them. He does hospital runs. He does whatever they need,
And
and
does that
they have a
would
big
that be like because it's a missionary kind of thing? Does that mean it's free
yes.
for them?
It is. Yes, it's all free for them, for the village
Wow,
people.
that's
It's all free
great.
for them. So my cousin does come back up here in the U.S. when he has to renew his visas, and
Yeah.
then he'll travel around the U.S. going to different churches to get donations to help pay for it all. And
Oh wow.
just try it. So everything is donated. And yep,
What a beautiful thing to do.
it is. It
So how does
is.
he make his money? Like
It's
I
all
mean, has he
donations.
retired? So he makes his
Nope.
money through that.
Yep. He's the same age as me, and he also
Right.
has 4 kids.
Yeah.
Yep, and it's all donate. He lives off of donations and
Wow.
churches giving into like mission funds.
What kind of
Yes.
religion is he? What nomination?
We grew up Christian, so like Southern Baptists are Christian, but
Okay.
yep, I'm not
Okay.
sure, but
Like Christian, yeah. Yeah, Baptist to some
correct.
extent.
But
Yeah.
he does have a YouTube channel that's Epic Adventures.
Oh, really? Why don't
So
you
yep,
share it in your
I will
community
have
post?
to
That way we can
try
check it
to.
later
Yeah,
on. Share
it
it in your
is.
community
Yeah, it's
post.
pretty amazing everything they do, and it's
Yeah,
so
I
beautiful.
think I'd like to see that. Yeah, share it
Yep,
in your
it
community post. That way we
is.
can all check it out.
So
Because
I
I mean,
would
I'm sure
definitely.
Wayne would be interested in seeing that too.
Yeah,
Kathleen's there.
definitely. I want to make it down there to see him.
Oh, that sounds
And
like that'd be a really fulfilling kind of trip too, wouldn't it? Like to
oh,
help
it
out.
would be. Oh my gosh, it
Yeah,
would be. Yes,
yeah,
yeah, because they have people here in the U.S. that donate like solar, so they'll
yeah.
take the solar panels and all the equipment down there and help the villages. So like their schools and stuff and hospitals don't have
And you could
backup power, so they go down
see
there and volunteer and put it on.
and you being an electrician could
Oh
definitely help
yeah,
in that
oh yeah,
respect.
yep,
Yeah. Oh
for
man, yeah,
sure,
that's definitely.
for sure.
Well,
Yeah,
that sounds like a really good trip to do. Yeah.
it would
Is
be.
there is
So
there any other place that you've ever dreamed? Like, I mean, when I was young, I dreamt of going to Egypt. Is there a place
Um,
like one of those kind of places?
believe it or not, it is also Australia. So
Really?
I would,
Okay.
if I had just won the lotto, I'd
Hmm.
definitely go over there.
Okay.
I
What's the
watch, I watch a
yeah
lot of before I found yours. I
yeah
watch a lot of channels that they go across the deserts with.
yeah the
They
Simpson
have those
Desert?
unique vehicles. I forgot what they call them,
Oh,
but
they're called. Yeah.
they put
There's
like
a big
boats on them, and then
yeah.
they don't call them campers. They call them. I can't remember what they call them.
They're the
Uh,
expensive things, aren't they? You're talking about the
yeah, oh my
expensive. Yeah.
gosh, they are
They're.
extremely expensive.
I
But
think
there's
they're.
2 channels I watch their
Yeah.
families on YouTube, and they travel all over the place throughout the bush and different
Yeah. Right.
locations around the sea, and man, yeah.
Okay.
But even if
Well.
I didn't make it out there, even if I just made it over to Sydney or something, I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So,
there's some interesting places to see in Australia, that's for sure. Yeah. I
Yes,
mean,
but if not, Europe always works too,
yeah,
or Ireland. Like the
Ireland.
other day we were talking, that would be cool too.
Yeah.
Yep,
Well, you were talking about Scotland because that's where your
yep,
heritage is.
yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
so. As long as it wasn't raining all the time.
Yeah. Well, you can't guarantee that. That's the problem.
Exactly,
Can't
exactly.
guarantee that.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Cool. Well, hey, thanks for jumping on. And that's a cool
Yeah, thank
story about
you.
where you want to go and where you've been, and like
Exactly.
when your best holidays. That makes sense. That even just tells
Yeah,
us a little bit more about who Mike is too. Yeah.
yeah. Appreciate
So
everybody or letting me be on here. Everybody.
yeah. Hey, no, always, always. All right. Well, thanks, mate.
Ah,
I'm gonna attempt to walk back in the actual wind now.
I'm gonna say hi.
So
Right.
so I'll love and leave you then because you'll probably get really busy.
I
Big
know.
dog is
He
giving
thinks
you
he needs
love.
attention. He needs
Oh,
attention.
that's cute. Do you have to walk him this afternoon, or have you already walked him? Oh, gone. It was nice to hear about from Mike and what Mike wants to, one of his good holidays, which is going down to Mexico, and then where he'd like to go and do a missionary trip with his cousin. Oh, that's actually really cool. Really cool. So yeah, Mike, if you come back on, like as in, let us know the link in your community post. I'd love to check out your cousin's channel, and I reckon even Wayne would probably want to check that out too. Wow, we've got some high tide here, guys. So I'll keep on going with my story about my trip. So the Romantic Road, a touristy kind of road in the Bavaria of Germany. So we're talking about the east-west. Guys, just click off because I get it. It's very fucking annoying. But anyway, that's all right. We persevere. So look, normally we can walk down here, but not today, guys. She is high tide, high tide, high tide. So, back to my story. Yes. But if you do want to jump on, guys, the link to my the link to my live is in my community post, and tell us about one of your favourite trips that you've been on. Like we had Doran on, he was telling us about Europe. We had Mike on, he was telling us about a trip that he went with his family quite a few times for Thanksgiving down to the Baja Peninsula. And I'm telling you one of my stories about how I went to Europe 15 years ago with my ex-boyfriend, and I revisited a place that I'd been to when I first went to Europe, which is a place called the Romantic Road. And it's kind of like I did a bus tour basically, and they take you kind of to these little unique little kind of villages, walled villages, just beautiful, beautiful gardens. The architecture is very beautiful, right? I think this is like a lot of homeless people kind of staying in this area, and they've just dumped all their stuff. Um, so yeah, so as a 25-year-old, I did a tour on the bus, and I've got to say, I don't regret it. It was a really good day trip because they took you to all these little towns, right? And then basically you jumped out. You had like an hour, 2 hours to run around, have a look. But the main place I wanted to go to was this place called Gothenburg Atuta. I can't say it properly, guys. But anyway, it's a walled village, completely walled. You can stay inside it. So when I walked in it, I was blown away. It was like the architecture was beautiful. They had just, I can't even tell you, can't even explain it. It's just beautiful. Just Google it, Rothenburg, Germany, and it'll come up. It's quite a famous place. But we had like 2 hours to run around. And I kind of said to myself as a 25-year-old, I said, I want to come back here one day. So obviously, fast forward 10 years later, with the ex-boyfriend, we went there. So we ended up staying there 2 nights. So this is a really cool thing to do when you're traveling, right? Because a lot of touristy towns are, they're very, very busy. Like like Dorham said, you know, he didn't really enjoy like the Paris and Rome's because there's just too many people, right? Too many people, it's expensive, it's loud, all those things. And oh God, it's really, really windy now. So I'm just going to stand behind here and have a little, there we go. Stand behind here and have a little chat. Mike, you know that link you just put there? Can you put that in your community post? So, you know, where you got my link to this live, like that. 'Cause that way I can check it out later on. Because it's all about me, right, mate? It's all about me, right? I can't click on that link because I'm obviously on the live, but Wayne or Kathleen or whoever is in the chat, you guys can click on that link and go check out Mike's cousin. That's his channel. But otherwise, Mike's going to put the link in his community post, which I can check out later on. So anyway, I am standing behind a tree with this in my mouth. I don't have to do those now. So anyway, yeah, a lot of villages you go to, a lot of places, right? Like, for example, Rothenburg that I went to, through the day, it's menace, like, not menace, manic. There's so many people, there's lots of people. But when the crowds leave, right, when the tour buses leave, that's when the magic happens, guys. It's like so amazing, right? So, like, for example, Diego just went to a place called Saint Michel, which is in Normandy in the France. It's kind of the northwest coast of France, and through the war, World War II, they built this village nearly on the coast. Basically, sometimes when it's high tide, it's literally a walled village away from the coast. But then when it's low tide, you can walk there. So it's a walled village. But again, he took a bus there, a tour bus, and he said it was manic. He goes, it was crazy, but it was amazing, crazy beautiful. He goes, I wish I'd known you could stay there because I'd rather stay there and experience as soon as the tourists leave. So as soon as the tour buses leave, right, then you get the whole place to yourself, right? So same with Rothenburg. The second time I went there, I was able to, as soon as the tourists leave, we were able to go out and have, dinner, go to the bar, have a picnic. So like Doran was saying, a lot of the times it's much easier just to go to a supermarket, get some bread, some salami, some cheese, some wine, and just go have a picnic, right? And that's what we did. And I've got this amazing memory, guys, of sitting in this town, this little village called Rothenburg, surrounded by these walled villages, big walls, right? And here's not Diego, God, Nigel. His name was Nigel. Here's Nigel and I sitting there having just, a nice snack of some salami, some cheese with some bread and some wine. Actually, I think we were having beer too. I was having the wine, he was having beer. And it's a lovely memory, guys. It was a lovely, lovely memory. And you know what's really funny, guys, is that obviously I'm no longer with that boyfriend and did break up and it was quite painful. And you know what? I'm actually smiling thinking about that memory. Like that was a beautiful memory. And that just shows you that time does heal and there's plenty more fish in the sea, right? Like, when you break up with someone, you think like the world is going to end. No one's going to love me again. How will I survive? All those kind of things, right? Pardon me. But, I did move on and I did survive. And I actually think I'm better for it. And yeah. And now I think back about that trip with that guy that I can't stand. And I'm thinking happy thoughts, guys. That's progress, guys. That's massive progress. And maybe it's a 75 hard reading, that book, The Power of Now, that I read. It's very powerful. It really did something on my brain, I've got to say. I'm going to be honest. I can't recommend that book enough. So, yeah, Power of Now by Erhard Tolle. So Wayne's got here, Dora, I just gave you a thumbs up and shared you out to my community tab, my friend. Hey, thanks, Wayne. You're always such an amazing guy to do that. Do you want to jump on the live and say hello and tell us about one of your favourite trips you've been on? To do that, Wayne, all you need to do is go to my community posts tab, and then there's a link, and it's just through YouTube, so you don't have to download any videos, any apps or anything. It just takes you straight to the back end, and then I just accept you if you want to, and tell us about one of your trips. But otherwise, I'll keep on going about honestly, I'm smiling thinking about that trip, guys. Like, yeah, that village was amazing. I'd like to go back again, guys. So I've been there twice now, and I still would like to go back. I don't travel. No, but okay. What I'm trying to say is, Wayne, that it's not about traveling overseas. It's a traveling. Even where you live. Have you been to some amazing vacation? With your family or as a child that you went on a holiday to around America. Is there some place that you'd like to go as a long weekend? If you have a night away, is there somewhere that you'd like to go? And then you don't have to come on, obviously. I'll keep on talking. But Rothenburg, yeah, amazing little place. And like, just guys, I can't even stress to you the spiritual growth of me talking about that trip. I'm even remembering, right? So you can walk around this walled village too. So you can walk on top. So basically, obviously, the walled village is to keep out. Well, this is in Germany, right? So this is Nazi time, World War II. So to keep the enemy out, right? So you could stand on top of the wall, and they've got windows where the cannons used to be, I guess, kind of thing. So yeah, and that was really cool. So I've got this, I've always been a bit of a joker, guy. So I've got this photo of me hanging outside the window, putting my hair down, like being Rapunzel, thinking that I'm in this tower. So the boyfriend's on the ground and he's taking a photo up, and here's me sticking my head out this window with my hair out going, Rapunzel, Rapunzel. I don't know. How's that Rapunzel thing go? Anyway, I was pretending to be Rapunzel. So yeah, even 15 years ago, even though I wasn't on YouTube, I wasn't on social media, I was still acting a fool, right? So the Dora inside me, right? She's always wants to play. So that was fantastic. And then we went to another really cool thing we did, right? Yeah, it's pretty funny, hey. um, I've got to say that was fun. But there's another really cool place I went to. I also love Switzerland. So 25 years ago, I went to Switzerland and had an amazing experience there. That's why I actually recommended Diego to go to Switzerland. So believe it or not, Diego, 1 week into his trip in Europe, he went to 5 weeks to Europe, right, just recently. 1 week in, he went to Malta and he was in Sicily. He was not having a good time, guys. He was like, you know what? I'm ready to go home. I'm like, you can't come home. Plus me thinking, I need this time to myself, right, guys? I don't often get the opportunity that, Diego goes on holidays. It's normally me going on holidays, right? I'm like, no, you can't come home. I mean, you can't. You should go see somewhere else, right? He was going to Italy and he's like, I'm just kind of, done. I'm like, no, you need to go. It was also really hot, right, in Europe at the time. So Europe was going through a bit of a heat wave like 5 weeks ago in like Malta, Sicily. So he was hot and stinky and he just hated it. So I said, how about you go to Switzerland? I said, Switzerland's amazing. So I recommended him to go to Switzerland. He loved it. Absolutely loved Switzerland. So there you go. So anyway, go backwards. So 15 years ago, I took the ex-boyfriend to Switzerland. We went to, oh my God, this is a funny story. And I could say it because, no, I'm not with him anymore. And he's never going to be watching my YouTube video. He'd be probably watching my YouTube video chucking daggers at it, like, a dartboard at it, right? So if he's watching like just some weird thing, I still hate you. No, I don't. No, hate's a really wrong word. I mean, I don't hate you. I just think, you know what? We weren't meant for each other. Let's go with that. But we went to, oh my gosh, we went. No, sorry, this is still in Germany, guys. I'm still in Germany. We went up. I've got to tell you this funny. It's so funny, guys. It's so funny. So we went to. Oh my gosh. I think I'm getting trips merged into one here. We went up to the top of some ski field, right? And they had an ice bar. It's very cool. Like you walk in, there's an ice bar, and you can get like an ice, like a vodka in an ice glass. It was very cool, right? But you go up the top, right? And maybe he ate something that didn't agree with him. We just had German. They love the sausages, right? The Frankfurts and all the the things, right? So we had some big sausage thing. I don't know. I ate a lot of meat in Germany, right? That's what you do in Germany, right? The food is amazing, like the pork knocks and stuff, right? But anyway, he had to go to the toilet. Goes, I've got to go to the toilet. Really, like, got to go now. I'm like, okay. So I'm just waiting outside the toilet, right? I could hear him like crapping. No, this is so bad. Guys, I apologize. I think toilet humor is funny. Hey Wayne, how you going? Apologize, but I think toilet humor is funny. Like, everyone has to pee. Everyone has to do it number one and number two, guys. I do like to talk about it on my channel. It means you're healthy, right? So anyway, I'm standing outside the toilet. I can hear him do a number two because he was just like, ah. So he had diarrhea, guys. I'm just filling the gaps. Anyway, so I'm pissing myself laughing. He's in the toilet. He could hear me laughing. He comes out and he's just like, oh my God, thank God is out. I am just nearly pissing myself laughing. I'm just, yeah, it was funny. Maybe you had to be there kind of moment, guys. I'm sorry. But you had to be there kind of moment. And again, guys, this is pure growth, guys, that I'm talking in such a fun way about a holiday I had with an ex-boyfriend in Europe. So yeah, that was fabulous. And then another bit of that trip that was amazing. Like, this was a good trip, guys. This is why I'm telling you about the trip. It was a good trip, right? Just because the company wasn't the company that I like, it's still a good trip, right? Every trip can be a good trip, right? And it doesn't have to be overseas, guys. I've had some amazing trips here in Australia. Actually, let's change that now. Let's talk about another trip. Let me see if we can walk a bit more, guys. Oh, God. Okay, guys. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me? Because it is really, really windy. Can you hear me? This is what I look like. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, Wayne said you can hear me. And Mike is laughing at my jokes. Love that, Mike. Thank you. So let's change the speed. So we're talking about trips. So Wayne is my friend from Sydney, guys. Um, so I'm talking about some of my favourite holidays, my favourite trips. And now, custom screen printing is my friend Wayne. He was saying, oh, no, there's nothing exciting in my town, I haven't been on many trips. But those, I don't, I'm talking about, you don't actually have to travel overseas to have a good holiday, right? I'm in Australia. I mean, given that I love where I live, guys. I think that, everywhere, every day can be an adventure, right? Like, to me right now, it's an adventure. I'm walking along the beach and I'm talking on a live. I got to talk to my friend Doran. I got to talk to my friend Mike. And whoever comes on the live. This is an adventure for me. I love it. Okay, this is better. Oh, that's better. Oh no, it's not. So anyway, let me talk about a trip, one of my favourite trips in Australia that I went on. So, girlfriend of mine, Katrinka, and I've showed her in some of my videos, my hiking videos. She's my hiking friend. We did an amazing trip in my state. So you don't even have to leave your state, guys. So I live in the state of Queensland, and we drove 8 hours. Now that just tells you how big my state is. It's quite big. So Australia's quite big, guys, as you can imagine. Driving 8 hours, and I'm still not even in the middle of my state. It depends on which direction you go, right? 8 hours south, I'm in New South Wales. Like, I'm probably could be nearly visiting Wayne in Sydney. But if you go north, I was kind of in the centre-ish of the state. And there's a place called Carnarvon Gorge. So guys, I love hiking, right? Hiking is one of my favourite things to do. Obviously walking, right? And there's this amazing national park called Carnarvon Gorge National Park. So there's this gorge in the middle of it, and these amazing hikes that you can do. Oh my gosh, this is so windy, guys. I can hardly hear myself think. You're sick, Wayne. Oh, that's good. What do you got? You got the flu or cold or what's? Oh my gosh, please people down here, Mike. They've got their fishing, their little hut there. They must have all their things in the tent, and they're trying to keep it from blowing away. It's windy today, guys. It's interesting. I don't often come on the beach and it's not that windy normally. Oh, gastro bug. Yuck. That's not fun. That's not fun at all. So, guys, you can hear me, hey, because I'm just struggling here. I'm struggling. Actually, let me have some. Oh, let me have some water. I need. How much water have I drank today? I don't know. Okay, guys, let's walk back to the car and then we can talk in the car because this is just. All right. So let me continue on. I can hear you, Dora. Okay, all right. Let me continue on. So, yeah, so Carnarvon Gorge. Oh my God. Oh, goodness, guys. Like, Mike was saying he'd love to come to Australia. Like, he said he follows a couple of channels, YouTube families that like go all through Australia and they take their boats and stuff with them and there's a lot of people that do that. They travel all around Australia. They don't wait till they retire either. They have, instead of buying houses, they buy massive big setups of like, caravan and they tow like, you know, they put the boat on top of the roof and amazing stuff. They tow like, you know, motorbikes and stuff with them and bicycles and some amazing setups. Amazing setups. There's some cash spent on these things. But then mind you, they don't have a house, right? So they live on these things. And then also they have YouTube channels too. That's how they make their money and then sponsorships and stuff like that. So go there. I mean, amazing. Amazing. But one of the places they would have definitely went, Mike, is a place called Carnarvon Gorge. So it's in the kind of the centre, not even the centre of Queensland, but it is in Queensland, but 8 hours away from where I live, right? So we did a road trip up there. It's fun doing a road trip, guys. I love road trips. So, like, even driving a couple of hours away from where you live, you can go some amazing places. So, like, I know Wayne from Custom Screen Printing said that where he lives is a bit boring. I'm sure you could Google some kind of fun place that you could drive, even an hour away from where you lived. I challenge you to do that and find somewhere nice to go walking. I bet you any money you'd find somewhere really fun, Wayne. But anyway, oh, I'm still talking here. I thought the camera was switched around. I look like I've got my fingers stuck up my nose. Oh, far out. Okay. So, Carnarvon Gorge. Oh my God, it's like a hiking paradise. It's like Disneyland for hikers. I love those kind of places, right? So we stayed at a campground. We actually didn't camp, guys. We're not hardcore, guys. We actually stayed it was a canvas tent. It's called glamping. So basically it was a tent, but it's a permanent tent, right? They had a bed and electricity. And then you went outside and there was a toilet block that, you go to the toilet showers and there's a campground with a fridge and barbecues and stuff like that. But basically it's a tent and yeah, but it's permanent. So that's pretty cool actually. And oh my God, there's so many kangaroos, guys. Like literally out your back door, there's this massive kangaroos, like the boxing kangaroos. Have you heard of those stories about kangaroos boxing? Oh my God, these are the kangaroos. I'd never seen kangaroos this big before. They were muscular, like they had big muscles. Like I was scared. Like I was like, shit. Came out my room and went, yep, I'm going back in my room. I waited for those kangaroos to move on. And they also had a creek going through the back of the camping area, and they had platypuses in there too, guys. That was the first time I'd seen a platypus. You guys know that I love platypuses. Okay, now I can breathe again, guys. Okay, back again. Back to my microphone. So when we did see the platypus, they're very hard to see. We only went once, and we did see it, but it was so dark you could hardly see it. So I really wouldn't count that as seeing it, to be honest. So thankfully, we get to go visit my mum, and we get to see platypuses up there, right? So very grateful for that. But anyway, great campground. I've got to say, it's part of the they call it the Big Four. So a lot of campgrounds have been taken over by big companies, and Big Four is like a big corporation that have taken over a lot of caravan parks, and they just basically put their name on it. But yeah, this campground was really, really good. They had a bar and like pizza. So you didn't even have to cook your food. You could go to the bar and order like pizza and chips and stuff like that. And they had like a little grocery store. Very expensive, right? Because you're in the middle of nowhere. Get ice if you wanted to get fresh ice, like ice for your drinks and stuff like that. But we were doing a lot of hiking, so I wasn't really thinking about getting cold drinks and stuff like that. But basically, you drive about 10 minutes away to where the national park starts. And then there's all these different hikes you can do. So you can hike all the way to the end, which is called Big Bend. And you can actually camp there if you wanted to. But we're talking, it's probably about 9 kilometres to get there. And you have to carry all your stuff. There is a toilet there. And I think there is water, but you should take like water purifiers. We didn't want to do that. We walked there, but that's the end, right? And then you can walk back, and then there's all these different side shoots. That's it, side shoots. But there's a side shoot called Barwinda Gorge. My gosh. So guys, in America, I know a lot of you guys are from America here, there's famous slot canyons, right? So we don't really have slot canyons here in Australia. So this is the closest I got to a slot canyon. Like, have you heard of, I think they're called Atlas? No, Atlas? No. Guys, in the chat, what's the famous slot canyons in, like Utah and kind of that area? I don't know. There's a whole lot of slot canyons. They're very, very popular in America to hike. And you've got to actually, you've got to book in to hike them, and they're very expensive, I hear, too. But anyway, I'm on my story. So this is the closest to a slot canyon, but it's a gorge. It's called the Winder Gorge. And oh my God, she was gorgeous. Gorgeous, can I just say? She was gorgeous. And oh my God, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And of course, I did lots of photos and jumping for joys. Was there a dance? I think there was a dance. There's always a dance, guys. There's always a dance. But this was probably about 5 years ago. And it was a great, great trip, guys. So we must have hiked about 3 days, and we did all the different side shoots. So fun, so fun. And they've got this one called the Amphitheatre. No, not that, not Mike, not Grand Canyon. Um, so Slot Canyon. So it's like it's very tight to get through. Like the Grand Canyon's huge, right? Slot Canyons are like kind of walled, like walled. They're walled. They're walled. Oh, I don't even know how else to explain it. Atlas? There's one called Atlas. Oh, I can't remember the name. But anyway, guys, just imagine something very cool. Doesn't even make any sense, guys. I'm sorry. When I get back to the car, I have got my spare phone. I can look it up. I'm nearly back to my car, guys. I think I've officially walked for 45 minutes, haven't I? Guys, can I say, I appreciate you guys sticking around, because when I first started walking, guys, I really didn't want to walk. Like I said, I'm doing 75 hard, and I'm on day 46. And even though I'm not feeling the best today, I've got a bit of a cough happening. Like I said, I've got some, Diego came home from Europe with some, flu. He's better. And then, of course, a week later, I've got it now. So not happy, Jan. So that's why I'm on at work today. But I still have to exercise, right? Regardless of if I'm, sick or what. I still have to do my 45 minutes. I've read my 10 pages already. I need to drink my water. I think I've drank only 1 litre of water, so that's really bad. So anyway, we'll rectify that when we get back to the car. Yeah, and we have to do this afternoon. We have to do another 45 minutes exercise. But I'm feeling heaps better, guys. Can I just say that it really put a smile on my face having a chat to Doran and then having a chat to Mike. Talking about my favourite subject, which is obviously travel, right? And, like I said, it's not always about travel about overseas. You just travel in your backyard, right? I've had some of my best holidays in Australia in my backyard. Like, actually, interesting, talking about backyard, literally backyard. A, a memory just came up where a year ago I was camping in my backyard. Yep, pulled out the tent, and Diego and I set up the tent and we slept in our backyard. It was awesome. Has anyone ever done that where you sleep in your backyard? Like, Mike, with your kids, you've got 5 kids. Have you ever done like camping in your backyard? So, Wayne, you say that your town is boring. You could have a backyard adventure. Put your tent up. If you have a tent, borrow a tent off a friend. Camping in the backyard. No, adventures can be had anywhere, right, guys? I don't know if it's just my personality, but I could have an adventure in a shopping centre. It's just my way of thinking. Like, I just like, yes, this is where we're at in life, right? We've got to work, we've got to pay things off, we've got to pay this, we've got to pay that, right? It is what it is, right? But there's got to be more to life than that. There's got to be more to life than that, right? It has to be. And I think there is. And that's why I live my life. I don't live to work. I don't know. I don't go work to live or live to work. I live to work. No, I work to live. I don't know. I can't even make that up. So that's you've got no thanks, Wayne. Okay. Honestly, that was one of my best times. It was a really good little adventure, sleeping in the backyard. We pulled out all the blankets, and we even pulled the laptop out. We watched TV in the. We were watching The Blacklist. Did anyone watch The Blacklist? We watched The Blacklist, and yeah, it was fun. It was really fun. And then the next morning, Diego went to the market, and he came back with some takeaway, and I got a favourite breakfast. It's a favourite, not a favourite breakfast. I'm half Asian, right? So I can eat anything anytime, right? But it's a chili and basil stir fry. It's a Thai dish. It's amazing. So he came back with that. It made me a pot of tea. So I'm literally in the tent. I was watching YouTube. Back then, I was watching a lot of the big YouTubers, like what's the famous YouTuber? It's travel. I was always travel inspired, right? My God, Cara and Nate. That's it. Does anyone know who I'm talking about? Cara and Nate. Oh, that's better, guys. I can breathe now. Whew. Does anyone know Cara and Nate? They're travel bloggers or YouTubers, big YouTubers. Anyway, I was watching them having this my favorite breakfast kind of thing, or favorite meal, takeaway food, cup of tea. And that was, to me, fabulous little adventure, gotta say. So like I said, you can have adventures anywhere you want. It doesn't have to be to Europe, to countries like Dora is. It doesn't have to be, to Mexico, the next state over from America, because you live in America. It can actually be in your backyard. It's how I guess it's your interpretation of fun, right? Like, some people would think that's, not so fun, but, I thought it was fun. I felt it was great fun. Great fun. So I've actually got a combi van tent. So I was meaning to do that this winter. It's now kind of springish. It's getting a bit warm. I could still do it. Who would like to see a combi van tent adventure with Dora? I need some water, guys. Okay. So Wayne's got here
My city has a lot of history, I know. Oh, that'd be cool. Do you know much about it? Have you gone on a little walking tour and read about all the history about it? That'd be fun. So, oh yeah. Where did I just put that phone? There we go. So let me just pull out the phone. Let me turn on the hotspot again. Let's see if this works, guys. Okay, am I back? Am I here? I just turned on my hotspot. There we go. I want to look up the name of this canyon, the Slot Canyon, because I've got to go say, guys, it's amazing. I know, Mike, you like hiking. Slot Canyons. Slot. Where we go? Slot. I'm going to show you photos, guys. Canyon. Yeah, Slot Canyon, Utah comes up with. Okay. Oh my God, this is beautiful. They've got lots of them. What is the most famous slot canyon? The Narrows. That's it. The Narrows. Here, I'm going to show you some photos. Oh my gosh, look at this, guys. The Narrows. I don't know if you can see that there. It's really narrow, right? So you're walking through a narrow canyon. So that's what they call slot canyons. Is there any more photos? So if you're a little bit claustrophobic, probably not so, not be interested in that one. But let me just see if there's other ones. Here's one called Spooky. Spooky. Oh, here's a video. Okay, that's a little bit too spooky, that one. I'd get a little bit claustrophobic there. You've been there many times? Oh, cool. So you've been there. That's a slot canyon. Holy shit, that one's like skinny as anything. I think I'd definitely get claustrophobic. Oh. So guys, because I have got the kind of the flu happening, you know what I've talked a lot about, natural remedies, guys. I don't like to use toxic stuff. So I made a concoction, or we'll say Diego made me a concoction of ginger, fresh ginger, honey. What else do you put in it? Honey. Yeah, I think it's just fresh ginger and honey. And then you steep that. Steep that as in like just put it in the hot water for a little while. And then you have a beautiful hot ginger and honey tea. So honey is really obviously really good for your good for it's good for you guys. I don't know what it does. It's really good for you, okay? It's like warm apple pie. Do you know what the movie that's from? I like that movie. Ginger's really good for you. Ginger's like antiseptic. It's really good for inflammation. Honey's really good for inflammation too. So if you've got like, swollen limbs and stuff like that, it's supposed to be really good, like anti-inflammatory kind of stuff. Really good for you. But yeah, when you're sick, we kind of make this up as a concoction just to help you feel better. So I feel better from walking, guys. Thank you for walking with me. I don't think I better turn this little thingy-jiggy off. Am I still there? I'm still there. So guys, is there anyone else in the background there that would like to come on and tell us about one of their trips? I mean, Mike, so you've been there many times. How could you not know that there was a slot canyon? Like, that's amazing. Tell us about the hike. Okay, next time we come on a live, we have to talk about hiking. We have to do that. We have to talk about that because I really would like to know about that. So I'm actually supposed to organise a hiking live actually with a guy called, oh my God, what's his name? I think Mikey met him a little while ago. He was on my live a couple of times. Thoro. You might have even followed him. Thoro is a hardcore hiker. He's based in Arizona, and so he's done a lot of those slot canyons and stuff like that. So really cool. Want to talk to him about that. But I was supposed to actually. He emailed me, and I haven't emailed him back. God, I'm bad. God, I'm bad. So, is there anything else to talk about, guys? I think I've talked enough, guys. There's 4 people on the live. Is there anyone else that wants to jump on and tell us about one of their trips? You're welcome to tell about some kind of trip that you've been on locally, not locally. Oh, it's warm. Guys, there's actually a lot of people sunbaking today on the beach. I don't know if you saw that because you're probably too busy like with me, like with my hand over my mouth trying to... Look at this, guys. There's people on the beach there sunbaking. This is spring, guys. Oh my God, it says it's 35 degrees. That can't be right. That can't be right. It can't be right. It's not 35 degrees. It can't be. Though I'm a bit hot. Maybe because it's so windy, it doesn't feel so like 35 degrees. That's probably a good thing, right? All right, guys, I'm going to go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that little chat on holidays and growth. I'm amazed that I could talk about that holiday with such positivity. Honestly, if you knew me 15 years ago, if you knew me even 10 years ago when I broke up with that guy, actually it was 13 years ago, when I broke up with that guy, Dora was pretty bitter. She was pretty mad. Pretty mad. And you know what? Things turned out. When one door closes, another one opens, guys. I have to go now. Hey, see you, Wayne. I'm going to go anyway. When I lived in Colorado, what does that say? Mab was only 5 hours away. I go there all the time. What's MAB? What does that stand for? Colorado Mob. Mount. It stands for something, Mike. I don't know. I've heard it called. I've heard it held before. Thanks for tonight's. Appreciate everything. I hope you have a good day and feel better. Oh yeah, I'm already better, mate. I'm already better. As I said, it was really good to chat to you guys about holidays. One of my favourite subjects, right? So I feel better already, right? And then this is going to help me a little bit more. So I already feel better. Okay, so I appreciate it. But what does MOB stand for? Colorado Mob. Mount Mob is where the slot canyons are in Utah. Okay, right. Okay, cool. So 5 hours away from you. Okay, cool. Yeah, I need to go there. Definitely. Like, a lot of people say you're going to come back to America, and I'm like, I'd come back for hiking for sure. For sure. I don't really have an interest in going to like, oh, actually, you know where I'd like to go, Mike? Have you been to Montana? Montana. They look like they've got amazing lakes and, yeah, just beautiful scenery. So I would like to go to Montana too. Have you been there? So Utah, definitely. I want to go to Utah. And is it Monument Mountain? No, is it Monument? Is that where Utah is? You know, the from Forrest Gump. Run, Forrest, run. So you have been to Montana. But is Utah Monument Mountain? You know, that famous bit where Forrest Gump is running, and he just decides in the middle of it, you know what, I'm done running, and runs back the other way. And then there's this amazing landscape and this road. Yeah. Jackson Lake's one of the most expensive places to go. Jackson Lake? I've never heard of it. Okay. Why is it so expensive? Is it like Whistler or something like, or Aspen or something like that? Mm. Can I tell you, this tea tastes amazing. What do I still have this on my ears for? I don't need this anymore. that's better. It's Utah. That's in Utah and Arizona. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so I think Utah and Arizona is definitely where I want to go, and Montana. Where else would I like to go in the States? So I'll tell you where I've been. I've been everywhere, man. No, I haven't. Just why I had to think that for some reason. I have been I used to live, Mike, have you heard me talk about that? I used to live in Massachusetts for a while. Illegally, of course, illegally. I used to live and work in Cape Cod. Have you been to Cape Cod? It's a really cool place, actually. I liked it there. So yeah, spent 3-4 months there through winter. It was snowing. It was very cool. Very cool. Very different experience. Hyannis, did I go to Martha's Vineyard or did I go to Nantucket? Where, you've been there too? Yes. It's just like Aspen. All the rich people go there. Okay, we don't want to go there. We don't want to go there. But obviously it'd be really nice. So that's why all the rich people go there, because it's really nice. But so have you been? Nope, I have not been there. Okay, so you've not been to Massachusetts, yeah. So it's pretty cool. Like, so the Jaws movie, that's where it's filmed in Nantucket, in that kind of area there. Though it was filmed in a studio, wasn't it? I don't know. But yeah, a lot of the film of Jaws is filmed in Nantucket. Have I been to Nantucket or did I go to Martha's Vineyard? I don't know, one of those little islands there off Cape Cod. It was a pretty cool experience. So then I went to New York City. So I went to Manhattan. That was an experience. Had a hot dog. Got to have a hot dog on the side of the road, right? It was actually quite a nice hot dog, actually. Saw the Statue of Liberty in the background. She's very, phasey. She was very smoky in the background. Didn't go there. I probably stood under the what do you call it? The mountains. What are those buildings that got shot down? They fell down. World Trade Center. I think I probably was around the World Trade Center, but I didn't look up. It was before the World Trade Center fell down. I've been to Venice Beach in California. Saw Muscle Beach. That was pretty cool. Went to Beverly Hills. I went to Rodeo Drive. I don't know why I went to Rodeo Drive. I'm not even into brands, but that was an experience. Nearly missed my plane because of that experience. So I had like a stopover, like, I don't know, 8 hours or something. I flew into LAX, and then I was flying to Cancun. And so I had like a big stopover. So obviously I didn't want to stay at the airport, right? So I decided I've never been to Becky East. Never heard of that. Where's Becky East? So I wanted to see something. So I wanted to go to Venice Beach because, that's California. When I think of California, I think of Muscle Beach, Venice Beach, right? And Rodeo Drive. So anyway, somehow I don't know how, I can't remember this now. This is 25 years ago, guys. But I got to Venice Beach, and then I caught a local bus over to Rodeo Drive. And what I was really surprised about? Yes, being to California, all over there, it's like I like to ride my bike down there. Oh, okay, cool. Around the coastline, I reckon that's really cool, right? I was, really surprised. I mean, I didn't know this at the time, but I was really surprised that a lot of the street signs were in Spanish. I had no idea. Until you travel, you don't know these things, right? So I was like looking at the street signs, trying to figure out where I was, right? And this is before we had phones to look at, Google Maps, right? So I literally had a map, and I was trying to figure out where I was and how I was supposed to get back to the airport, right? Because if I missed the plane, I'd be stuffed. And I'm looking at the street signs, and they're freaking in Spanish. And I'm like, what the hell? I can hardly speak English, let alone Spanish. So anyway, that was funny. I did have to ask for help. A nice guy helped me. He was lovely, actually. He even took me on the bus. He goes, get him on this bus. And he took me, and he said, get off here. He took me off the bus, and he goes, now get on this bus. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't it just amazing that, by talking, asking for help from people, you can meet some beautiful people. So yeah. Anyway, I got back to the airport. But yeah, that would have been tragic. Sorry, talk to text is not working. that supports, supposed to be back east state of US. Okay, right. Right. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Then I've been to Florida. I have been to, so when I was in Mexico, I had to do a visa run to get my papers to work legally because I had been working illegally in Mexico. So I was trying to be legal. I never got legal, but I tried, paid lots of money, wasted a lot of money to be legal because I had a Mexican boyfriend at the time and thought, it would make sense to be legal, to have the opportunity to work legally in Mexico. So I went to Miami, to fly to Miami to do the papers in immigration. So I stayed at South Beach. Of course, you've got to stay in South Beach. I stayed in the Backpackers. It was pretty cool. And it was only a couple of streets away from the beach. The beach is really quite nice in South Beach. I really enjoyed, it's not Cancun, but it's a nice beach. I love the Art Deco buildings. Hey, Deb, how you going? Deb, just putting it out there, Deb. Would you like to come on the live and say hello? It's very easy. You don't have to download anything. All you have to do is go to my community post, click on, I could even show you. No, I couldn't. No. Just, you can go to my community post and click on the link and it takes you straight to the back end. And then we can just be talking on a live. Mike was on the live before and we had Doran. I don't think you've met Doran before, Deb. But if you'd like to do that, I'd love to talk to you, Deb. We're talking about what we're talking today. Well, what we have been talking about today is one of our favourite trips that we've been on. So Mike talked about one of his favourite trips he's been on is that as a kid, was a young adult or teenager, his family would take them down to Baja Peninsula for Thanksgiving and they would bring lots and lots of food. So instead of having Thanksgiving at home, they'd have Thanksgiving down in Baja Peninsula and then they would share some of the food with some of the Mexican people down there. I think that's beautiful. Beautiful. And then we had Doran. I think am I freezing a lot, guys? I'm too ugly. I might scare you away. No, you won't. Actually, you don't actually even have to. You don't even have to show your face, Deb. I'd rather see your face, but you don't actually have to. So you can have the, as long as I can hear your voice, but you can actually, not show you, just cover the camera. I don't have to see you. I mean, I'd like to see you. I don't think you're ugly. I think you're amazing. But if you want to, I'd love to. I mean, I know you've talked about Colorado. I know that's where you're from originally, but I'm sure you love Denmark. You've been to Denmark. I reckon you've been some amazing places. I'd love to hear one of your favorite holidays. Yeah, and you can turn the camera around like this. So you can. So, like, you don't actually have to show your face. And I get that because not everyone's feeling confident, and I get that. But, like, if you do, sometimes when we do live with people turn, they don't even have the camera on. They just have the voice. I'll think about it. Okay. So, I don't know. We've got Mike there. We've got Deb there. I don't know who else is in the background. Wayne just left. Is there someone else in the background they want to come on and say hello? Otherwise, I'm probably going to go. What else are we going to talk about? Miami. I really liked South Beach. But you know what? I had a great trip there, actually, guys. I must have went for a couple of days. So I did a day trip to Florida Keys. Has anyone been to the Florida Keys? Mike or Deb, have you been to the Florida Keys? Frig, that's amazing. All those bridges. Like, so basically, I just went on a tour bus, and it was amazing. You're on the middle of the bus, and both sides is just ocean. It's just crazy. I loved it. and what's it called? Key West. And you have like the Key West pie. Oh my gosh, Key West pie was amazing. And then there's the most southern point, and then you could like it's a swim from there to Cuba. And then there's like bars on the beach. Oh, pardon me. And they had this really cool cocktail, which was Key West cocktail. Man, that was tasty. Very, very sweet and sugary, but amazing. 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 I loved it. Loved it. That was good. Has anyone been? Um, and then another day, I wanted to go diving. So I went to Bahamas for the day. So I did one of the big cruise ships, go there for the day. So I went over there, went to Nassau. Did I go to Nassau? Where did I go? I don't know. I'm not sure. Is it Nassau? Maybe I did go to Nassau. But anyway, wherever I went, it was really cool. So like, the like, yeah, man, Jamaica man, yeah, man, like very cool and relaxed. Um, Bahama man, they speak really like Rastafarian, very cool, very cool, very laid back, relaxed, beautiful, beautiful architecture. It kind of reminded me very much of Key West, actually. So you've not been to Key West? Haven't been there either? Yeah. So Bahamas was interesting. Just went for the day, but yeah, I went hiking. Not hiking. I mean, I went and yeah, dived there. It was quite nice. I don't think I've got any photos of the diving because I didn't have a dive camera, and they didn't offer the opportunity that you could pay for the ticket for the photos. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. Consequently, I can't remember what the diving was like. Even I really can't remember. Interesting. I have a dive book where you register like which dives you've done, and you get a stamp kind of thing. But I can't really remember, to be honest. Yeah, interesting. Well, guys, I think I'm going to go. That's my experience of America. Um, if I go back, I mean, most times I fly through there because I'm wanting to get to Mexico, right? So, they're just kind of stopovers. But yeah, I would like to do a trip to go to Utah and hike. I would like to go to Vegas. I know it's really kind of, big glitzy and glamorous kind of thing, which is not really me. But I would like to see Vegas. I know, I think it's one of those places that, you have to see kind of thing. I have a friend that lives in Vegas and she does a lot of hiking. She said there's lots of hiking and slot canyons and stuff even outside of Vegas too. So that would be cool. So the thing is, I've got a lot of friends in Vegas, not Vegas, in the States. So it's kind of like you can't just go for one, right? You have to see them all. But then if you see them all, that's a long trip. So I don't know. I don't know how how that would work. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go. Adios. Thanks for jumping on, Mike. Whoever's watching this on the rerun, good work because it's gone for a long bloody time. See you guys. See you, Deb. Maybe I can get you on a live next time, okay? Bye.